Good Shabbos, everyone. Just like to make a few announcements. Here are some of the highlights of our upcoming events. We're going to get out of the heat and enjoy a frozen treat. Friday, September the 18th, following Shabbat services at 6:15 p.m. Due to the forecast excessive heat this week, we're postponing our regular scheduled Shah barbecue and changing our prospective member Onig to frozen treats. Please join us for this special anniversary Shabbat by a cool Onig.
September 9th, not September 18th.
No, September 8th.
Or 8th, sorry, but not 18th.
September 8th, next Friday, 6:15. Sorry.
Anything else I should know? Okay. All right. Serenity Shabbat and mantle changing ceremony is going to be on Friday, September the 15th at 7 p.m. Slichot Under the Stars is on Saturday, September the 16th at 7:30 p.m. and will feature a drum circle. Please make plans to join us. CNT is now offering 2 yoga classes on Sunday morning with certified yoga instructor Ellen Griandano. For more information, call Neil in the temple office. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Good Shabbos. The heat got to me already. Is it okay? No jacket? I had the jacket. I have proof.
We did Tot Shabbat, so you know.
That's right. We got all that energy. I'm telling you, there was more Tot Shabbaters than adults. I mean, we were overrun. So if you wonder about the future of Judaism, it is alive and well at Congregation Ner Tamid. So it's been quite a week, quite a lot in the last few weeks. So let's just close our eyes for a moment to reflect upon the pause that Shabbat gives us. A time for reflection, a time really for not just thinking about the week, but perhaps processing it, what it might mean, and what we can do to help, to heal, and to bring together. As we open our eyes, the cantor leads us in Shabbat melodies.
We begin with a nigun, a wordless melody, just in case the Hebrew is just a little tough this evening.
Shevet achim gam yachad.
Page 140. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Page 120, we prepare to bring in the light of Shabbat. Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai lai. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. We call Marilyn to the bima to light the Shabbat candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Despite the images we see on television, there's still within us a sense of gratitude. for what we do have, for the goodness that we see of neighbor helping neighbor. And amidst tragedy, amidst storm, there comes a rainbow that signals and inspires and reminds us of the better parts of ourselves. And so in 126, please read with me this prayer of gratitude. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created, and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, and to bring that vision to life. So turn to your neighbor, wish them good Shabbos. If you don't know them, introduce yourselves. Maybe someone behind you is a new friend. Now that you are all besties, we join together and welcome the Sabbath Bride 138, Lachadodi.
Yalla lecha dodi, yalla likrat kala, yalla penei Shabbat nekabela, yalla lecha dodi, yalla likrat kala, yalla penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmianu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad. Ushmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Yalalai, yalala lecha dodi, yalala likrat kala, yalala penei Shabbat, penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kumi uri, 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 shir daberi, kivod Adonai, alayich nigla, yalalai, yalalai, lecha dodi, yalalai, likrat kala, yalalai, penei Shabbat, nekabela. We rise to greet the Shabbat bride. Boi v'shalom aterit bala, gam besimcha ufsola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, boi chala, Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat nekabe, Yalalala lecha dodi, Yalalala likrat kala, Yalalala Penei Shabbat, Penei Shabbat nekabe la. Don't get too comfortable. You're going to stand up in a second. Page 144. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamelich malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael bagala bagala uv'izman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulam me'almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu leila min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imeru amen.
As we turn the page, praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which the time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzavot shemho, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv aravim.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a better, truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו Yisrael. If you're in the B'nai Mitzvah class, please come forward to lead the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. You may be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם emet. Excellent, thank you. You'd think I was torturing them.
This microphone's like a hot potato. No, you hold it. No, you hold it. You hold it.
I don't know what they're talking about. I love the microphone.
Oh, goodness. 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, the promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. Who is like you? Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. מלכותך ראו בניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים זה לי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד who is like you Adonai who is like you who is like you who is like you Adonai Page 160. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomereinu l'chaim l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha Amen. When I lay my head down tonight beneath your shelter of everlasting light, Lord, may I wake to a world renewed, filled with love and gratitude, filled with love and gratitude. Hashki venu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomereinu l'chaim l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha Amen. Let's see who's paying attention. Who's that composer? Okay, good. Making sure you didn't forget. All right, I think I have a special helper for of Shamru here. No, Rabbi, you're not hired. Page 162. We are excited about keeping Shabbat. Are you ready with your geography?
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ביני ובין
בני ישראל
אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים
עשה אדוני
את השמיים
ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום
השביעי
שבת
וינפש,
שבת
וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Last time. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Good job. Thanks. I hope she never grows out of that. I think she should just lead the rest of the service.
What's next? All right, here we go. Let's rise for the tefillah. 164, 166. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei HaKol, ve'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, u'mevi ge'ula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol, Atah Rav le'hoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al הגבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue in silent devotion using the words on the right or left side of the page or the words within our hearts through page 180. When you've completed your prayers, please be seated.
In the midst of this Amidah 173, there's a powerful prayer that really resonated with me this evening. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency. Make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai, deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. So disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
I'll be the light for justice. I'll be the light for love. I'll be the light shining in the dark. Even when we've seen enough, I'm gonna wake up every day and be the light where I stand and reach out my hand. I'll be the light for justice. I'll be the light for justice. I'll be the light for justice.
We have a nice tradition extending back a number of years where we invite congregants to share their spiritual journeys from time to time. If you're a member of the congregation and you think you have an interesting story, something about your background, perhaps how you came to Judaism, or even if you've lived Judaism your whole life, but there was something special, unique, that helped affirm your faith in being Jewish, we'd love to hear those stories from time to time. So Carolyn is going to be our kosher guinea pig tonight. She's got quite a story to share.
First, before I begin, I want to tell this cantor how lovely her song was. I know that she worked really hard on it, and I know how much she wanted to learn to play, so thank you very much, Cantor. And Rabbi, thank you for trusting me, because I know that there's things here tonight I have to say that you've never heard before either. So, good Shabbos, everybody. Everybody here pretty much knows who I am. You've seen me around before. I was born in 1948 to an 18-year-old mother who had married badly and whose husband left her while she was pregnant with me. I came out looking for a higher power, looking for a father, looking for something. And I spent more than 50 years on that journey. I had a grandmother who raised me. Back up, I was baptized in a Methodist church at that time when I was born, and I never saw the inside of a holy building again for at least 10 years. I was brought up by my grandmother, who had lived through the Depression and lost 3 young children during that Depression, and she taught me to be afraid. I wasn't allowed to get my face wet in the tub because I was going to drown. I was definitely going to drown and die. I wasn't allowed to ride in my uncle's car because I was definitely going to be in a terrible car accident and die. And dying was final. Dying was, you were going to hell if you had been a bad girl. And you were going to heaven if you had been a good girl. But how could I gauge what heaven and hell was? I didn't know who God was. When I was 8 years old, my grandmother died, and all of a sudden this child that had been wrapped in cotton all her life was left to her own devices. My mother worked, my mother remarried, and I was probably one of the world's first latchkey children. Then when I turned, during that period of time, I found a very, very good friend, the library. And that's how I found out who God was. I read everything that wasn't nailed down. I would go to the library every week, and I'd bring home armfuls of books, and I never read fiction. I always read something that was true, somebody's autobiography or somebody's biography, or the story of some religion, or the story of something, or of some place, or some history, because that's how I educated myself. When I turned around to be about 11, my mother, who had remarried, came in and announced to me that I was going to go to private lessons with the priest at the Catholic Church because I was going to become a Catholic. Because my mother was pregnant, her husband was Catholic, she had converted, and therefore we were going to have this nice little Catholic family. So I went to Catholic conversion lessons, and I learned absolutely everything there was to know about being a Catholic. And within a period of maybe 6 months after that, I was baptized Catholic. I had my first communion, and I was confirmed a Catholic. I was a Catholic. I went to 2 years of Catholic high school. Very fortunate because they were very good teachers, but left at the age of 15 in the middle of my second year because my mother's marriage had failed, and by this time she had 2 children, and they had to be cared for. And I began to raise children at the age of 15, which of course I had already helped her with, but these were now my children. And I thought about, before doing this, somewhere along the line, perhaps I would become a nun, because I liked the nuns, and they had this quiet life, and found in my heart that I really didn't have a vocation. What I had was the need to get the heck out of there. But it wasn't to be. So by the time I was 17 years old, we moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and left everything behind. And here I was in this house with these 2 little children. My brother was 6, my sister was 4. Had no peer group, no religion anymore to speak of. I was Catholic, but they weren't raising the children Catholic. They were hardly raising the children at all. I was. My mother asked me what I wanted for my 18th birthday, and I told her I wanted a ticket back east because I had life there. And my mother, in all of her wisdom, bought me a one-way bus ticket on Trailway buses, took me down to the old bus station on 3rd Street, I think it was then. on my 18th birthday and put me on a bus with a $100 bill in my pocket and no place to go and no place to see, but no place to stay. And I got off in New York City and spent maybe the better part of the next 3 years trying to just find myself, let alone find God. But it was the time of the hippies. It was the 60s. It was exciting. So, of course, 3 years later, I showed up on my mother's doorstep, barefoot, love beads, pregnant. But I was not a baby? Sure, I knew what to do with them. I looked forward to having that baby. And I had saved my money so that I could pay to have that baby. Back in those days, you could pay ahead of time, or you had to pay ahead of time, but it was an affordable price at the hospital and at the doctor. So the most affordable place I found, even though I lived in Las Vegas, was in Henderson at Rose de Lima Hospital. And across the street, they had a maternity clinic and a doctor there. So I paid them ahead of time. And you actually had to pay for your circumcision just in case it was a boy, and you got a refund after the baby came, if it was a girl. Well, much like the rest of my life, the day that I went into labor, I got on the bus outside of my mother's house, and I took the bus from Stewart and Bruce in old Las Vegas down to St. Rose. And I gave birth by myself to a beautiful baby girl who's been my life. However, she was born at 1:30 in the morning, and at 1:30 in the afternoon, the first nun came to see me that Saturday. And she said, "You have such a beautiful baby." I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "We can arrange an adoption for you." I said, "Well, why would I want that?" "Well, you're not really fit to raise a child." I said, "I think you have to leave, sister," because I was still in pretty good humor at that point. 4 o'clock that afternoon, another nun came. This was Mother Superior. She ran the hospital. "Who do you think you are?" she said to me. "What makes you think that you can make a good Catholic life for this child? We have Catholic people who are ready, willing, and able to take your child." I wasn't in quite such good humor anymore, and I asked her rather unkindly to leave the room. That night before I went to bed, the priest came. He told me he would hear my confession, and he would grant me absolution, and he would help me find my way back to heaven, and all I would have to do that would be to give them my child. I was appalled, and once more, this time I got out of the bed and I physically removed him from my room, and I didn't know what to do. So I called my only friend on the West Coast, who many of you know, my friend Rob, who's now in and out of my house suffering from a debilitating disease, but he's been my friend for more than 50 years. And he was a freshman at UNR in Reno, and I said to him, "I got a problem here. I don't know what to do." I said, "I'm scared. They're going to take my baby." He said, "No problem. Get her ready tomorrow, and I will send one of my friends." And when they all went to Mass on Sunday morning, I went to get my baby because I was going to feed her, and I wrapped her up. And a friend of Rob's met me out in front of the hospital, and I took her home, and I've never, ever made a better decision in my life. But I was at real loose ends because I sure as hell wasn't a Catholic anymore. You'll excuse me, but I just wasn't a Catholic anymore. So in my journey, because I really still was looking for that father or for that God figure, I joined the Moonies. What else would I do, right? So that was also another mistake. It took me probably 4 months to realize that this was just a Ponzi scheme that was hiding as a religion. And I picked up my baby, of course, again, and got on the bus. You know me in the bus. And I went back east because I couldn't make a life out here. This was not a town in 1969 for a single woman, especially one with a child. And besides, I was a high school dropout. Nobody cared how smart I was, how much I'd read, how much I knew. I was a high school dropout. So I went back to New Jersey, and settled in a small town. I married badly, but I married. And I settled in a small town and raised Sarah Methodist at the Trinity Methodist Church there, and had a pretty nice little family life going on. And during that time, I did a lot of service work, a lot of work with the JCs, a lot of work with the Heart Association, and that's where I met my Besheret, my Lewis, back in 1976. But it wasn't our time yet, and there was still a lot of searching for me to do. And I went back to Las Vegas in 1994. Then, when Sarah was grown, off to college, bad marriage over. I came back here because, gee, guess what? My mother needed help. She was getting old and she needed somebody, and I was her favorite. Can't understand why. And then my daughter married and gave birth to a very special child. He had a stroke an hour after he was born. And those of you who know my Jeremy know that he is extremely special, but he was difficult. He was an infant that could not stop screaming, and nobody knew why. Nobody knew how badly he was damaged. Nobody knew anything about him, especially not his young, inexperienced parents. And so I invited them to come out here. And they handed me Jeremy in the airport. You could still go up to the gate then. And I put this kid against this few-month-old baby against my chest. And as I was walking out of the airport, he gave this really large sigh. And he stopped crying. And it said to me, "I'm not scared. I'm home." And I had an aha moment. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for home, where I wouldn't be scared anymore. I investigated the Mormons at that point because my sister has a very, very successful Mormon marriage and very successful Mormon family, and I saw how they came around her when my brother-in-law passed away and were always there for her. But after investigation, I find out that they weren't for me. That wasn't the answer to my aha. And then Lewis's wife passed away, and he came out to Las Vegas, and he was just going to visit, and he never left. And I sort of knew that he'd never leave when I saw him at the airport. And we went back and forth across the country a lot because we both had family there. And I went to his temple, Bat Yam, back there, and we started coming to Ner Tamid on Emerson. And suddenly, I had my aha moment. We were getting ready for Shabbat, he and Sid, and we had just cut up the bread and filled the wine glasses, and I came into the sanctuary, and I sat down, and I took a really deep breath, and I said, "I'm not scared. I'm home." And the next day I went to see the rabbi, and I said to the rabbi, "You know, Rabbi, I'm not Jewish." And the rabbi said to me, "I know that now." So he put me in touch with Ayelet and Lauren, and between the rabbi and Ayelet and Lauren, I had 3 great teachers, and I embraced the religion that was waiting for me. The one that I found out through DNA I belonged in. I was Jewish by DNA as well. And because this was such a great gift to me, I wanted to give it a gift back. And if you'll remember, if I put my face in the water, I'll die. And I went to the mikveh with the rabbi, and the rabbi was in the next room. And I submerged myself 3 times in the water, completely coming up and praying each time. And I didn't die. I was born. So, this is my journey. This is how I got to be here in front of you tonight. And it's Shabbat. So, you are my Jewish family. So, everybody close your eyes. Take a really deep breath. Let it out slowly. We're not scared. We are home. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for sharing your heart. You know, I wasn't going to do a sermon tonight because I know how special Carolyn is, but I felt just a little something in view of Houston that I wanted to share. What a literal whirlwind of emotions and feelings we have experienced these past couple of weeks. From the divisiveness and hatred that was Charlottesville to the awesome might and terror of Hurricane Harvey. We have seen the worst in people, and we have seen the best in people. I recall a photo someone posted on Facebook. It juxtaposed a photo of neo-Nazis and the like at Charlottesville, and then the victims of Hurricane Harvey being helped. And the caption read, "This is America, someone being helped, not this, Nazi flags and garbed thugs." The reality is that both are America, right? But one is the America that we hope to be more often. On Monday night, I heard a lecture from the Jewish University. It was kind of fun. Is Superman Jewish? Rabbi Weinstein, the comic book rabbi, pointed out that Jews created the comic book industry and its mainstay of heroes for many reasons. But Superman, the very first superhero, reflected the idealization of America that Jewish immigrants had. Compared to the anti-Semitism and poverty of the old country, America was the land of opportunity. And so they created these superheroes to reflect this sense of hope and belief in America. Superman may only exist in comics or in my Facebook photo on Facebook, right? But recent events have taught us that heroes still exist. When challenged, Americans do come together. We don't ask, are you a Democrat or a Republican? Do you support Trump or Hillary? Before we rescue someone, we don't ask whether they are in this country legally or not, whether they are white or mixed race. We take our opinions and put them aside for our values. And so perhaps it is a shame that it takes tragedy to bring people together. But what would be more tragic is if such incidences drove us further apart. In the case, for example, of Katrina, there was a lot of criticism for how the government responded. There was a feeling that America did not care about poor blacks and that we were unprepared or unwilling to be prepared to help when America needed it most. I would like to think we have learned from that experience, and that despite the divisions in society today, despite rallies that have brought out the worst, that for a moment, one brief shared moment, we recognize that at the heart of it all, we are human. And in the eye of the storm, we are but ants. If we are to survive as a country, we need to be on the ready to help each other, to know each other, and to bring out the best in each other. We should seek not to make hard times even harder by our prejudices and indifference, but rather recognize that we are indeed stronger together. Rabbi Zoe Klein wrote this beautiful poem. I'd like to conclude with this poem and then have us all join together in a Misha Berach, a prayer of hope and healing for our country, for those in Houston, for loved ones that we have who might be in need of our prayer, for one of our congregants, Dana. She had a rejection of her of the transplanted tissue of, what was it? Of her colon, right? And her life was saved tonight. 3 Muslim doctors saved this little Jewish child on their holy day. How much water is inside a tear, and how long does it take to dry them? As long as there is misery and fear in the people who continue to cry them. How much water is inside a flood, and how long does it take to recede? As long as it takes to restore hope to the people in desperate need. How much water is inside a storm, and how long does it take to clear? As long as it takes to rebuild a home and restore everything that is dear. How much water is inside a city when a levee suddenly breaks? As many as are the tears that are cried when so many millions hearts break. We rise from Isha Berach. We think of our loved ones. We think of love as we join together in prayers of hope and of healing.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We're going to ad-lib this thing about your right now. I'm gonna do it now. So, before we go to our concluding prayers, I just wanted to take a moment also. There's within each one of us, what can we do, right? What can we do to help? So, from what I understand, a lot of it is they need funds. And you go on Facebook and you go on Federation and Reform Judaism. I was talking to Ricky, his religious faith. Everybody has funds to donate. But we actually have our own mitzvah messenger. And I want the cantor to share this mitzvah that's happening.
So Jeremy, my husband, is a home inspector, and when he decided to do this for a living, he wanted his reason was, I want to help people make sure that they live in houses that are safe. So a few months ago, he said, I want to take it a step further, and I want to apply to be a FEMA contractor in the case of disaster or natural disaster in the world. And it was a hypothetical. So he applied, and he passed the tests, and if there's a natural disaster in the country, they'll call him. Well, hypothetical became reality this past week, and he's been getting emails every day, like, are you ready to deploy? Are you ready to deploy? So in the next couple of weeks, he will be sent to Texas to train and be sent out in the field as a field inspector to assess the damage of the homes and help these people who've lost everything. So I'm kind of the kind of person who jumps to, how can we help? And I've been thinking, how can we help all this time? And he was like, babe, why did you make a decision so fast what you're going to do? But that's just how I am. So we're collecting gift cards because I also heard that what they really need are funds. So gift cards to major stores. We have some CVS ones out there. There's Target, Walmart, so they can get groceries, they can get major household items that they're so much lacking at this point. So we're going to collect them. Neil has a basket in the back. If you don't have them at the current time in your purse or in your pocket, That's okay. He's not leaving for a few days, so you can drop him off at the temple office whenever you have a chance, and that's how we can help, and any amount is helpful.
Go across the street and see.
CVS, they know we're coming. We told them that we're doing this, so. So help us be tzedakah, I don't know, I was going to think of something cute. Shaliach mitzvah and mensch makers.
So that's great. And there may be some other things that we decide we're able to do, but in inquiring right now, it's really the gathering of funds. So imagine Jeremy going there on behalf of our congregation and passing this out, and he looks them in the eye. It's as if we're there standing with him. So let's make this happen. So Carolyn, thank you again. It was beautiful and heartfelt. Thank you. So our concluding prayers, 586, we rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We turn to our Kaddish prayer on 598. We say Kaddish for George Berger, Marshall Harnick, B. Solomon, Myra Rosenberg, Jerry Lewis, and Alan Asher. We think of those whose yortzites are observed: Howard Aberman, John Akana, Harry Bale, Jerome Borochoff, Sammy Braun, Ronald Carney, William Cohen, Ruth Enton, Carl Fishbein, Dennis Lee Foreman, Armin Friedman, Abraham Gellin, Arnold Ginsberg, Frederick Goldstein, Evelyn Greenwald, Adolf Graff, Fanny Graff, Bronya Hajni, Leah Fromson Handler, June Harris, Max Harris, Isidore Hellman, Sam Kabakov, Ruth Kane, William Sonny Klein, Stanley Klein, Lena S. Levy, Irene McConey, Vern Premack, Caleb Rakoff, Sylvia Reuter, Chaim Roth, Sylvia Rubin, Irving Rubenstein, Reba Sager, David Schweitzer, Arnold Smith, Celia Watman, Lorelei Voynich. If you would like to recall the name of someone who was not mentioned, please stand and say their name. As we think of these and others who have touched our hearts, we rise to recite our Kaddish prayer. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayed echol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen, yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam omei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, Yitadar, Vitaleh, Vitalal, Shmei Kusha, Brichu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush bechata v'nechemata, Damiram v'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shamaya v'chaim, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, Hu yasei shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Amen. May be seated. So in a few moments, our service will come to a close. But before we do that, we'd like to welcome not only all of you, but we see many new faces tonight. And it's always good to welcome you. If it's your first time in Ner Tamid, or if you've been here many times and you don't think anyone knows who you are and you want to be, this is who I am, or you haven't been here in a long while. So we'll start at this side. Anyone new who wants to stand up and introduce themselves? Now's your chance. Don't be bashful. Please. Very good. And your name? Lauren. And you came all the way from Israel? All you Summerlin people, quiet right now. She drove from Israel. Very good. Anyone else here from Israel? Anyone else? Raise your hand. Come on. There, meet each other. Okay, afterwards. Anyone else in this group? Let's try over here first. Come on, you haven't been here in a long time. Yeah, because you haven't been here in so long. Now, Mauro, where are you originally from? Argentina, that's right. So Israel, Argentina, again, those Summerlin people cannot complain. They come from all over the world. And did you bring any special friends tonight? Was it something I said? It took 3.5 more years for you to come back? Very good. All right. So, what country? Argentina. Anyone else been to Argentina? One over here, Argentina. Over there, Argentina. No, not you. Argentina, match up. Okay. And your mama? Jersey. A Jersey girl. All right. We welcome your mom back. Any other Jersey girls here? Raise your hand, Jersey girls. Or Jersey boys. All right. Any new people here? No new faces? Any old faces? All right. I'm so funny. All right. So let's think. What month are we in? We are in the month of September. All right. September birthdays coming up for Kiddush and Motzi. Anyone in religious school, come on up.
Shabbat kodsho, be'ahava u'bratzon, in hilanu, zikaron le'maseh bereishi, kinu yom tefillah, v'chikvarei kodesh, zecher l'siyat Mitzrayim, kivanu ma'arta, ve'otanu kidosha,
I put it on there. Oh, I didn't? I think it's 6:31. Let's try it. What's in Callahan? Songs and hymns. Here we go. 625. Page 625. So I had a parent who requested this song for a bar mitzvah, and I do like it, but I was hesitant because it's really hard to sing. So you are all required to keep up with me.
Adon Olam, אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה.
Here we go.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא וחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה. אדון והוא הווה בתפארה והוא הווה בתפארה. Shabbat Shalom. I did.